things. So.
What are we doing?
Wait, we know what we're doing?
We don't even know what we're doing.
Excellent.
It's a group effort.
The dumb leading the blind.
I said they're too young.
Sounds
I
like
said, did they ever
government.
read Mad Magazine?
Yeah, really. Here's the scoop. When we do this for real, starting next week, and I don't know, Virginia, are these guys on the schedule the first week? They're going to be here? Excellent.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, good. Thank you. When we do this for real, actually we're going to do it tonight, but this will be streaming live on YouTube, and it will be up there for future usage and edification. So when you're back here for the real thing, you can tell people that might want to see what we're doing that they can watch it there. We'll also be recording it. It'll be on the air on WSJM FM on the weekend, on Sundays, a couple different times. And we'll have it up on the website as a podcast so you can access it anytime you want, the video or the audio part of it. And again, the video will be, and I'll send out to your coaches and everything, all the information about where it can be accessed and that kind of stuff. Tonight, we're just going to do a run through so that we can kind of get a feel for how this works. Bill has done this before. Any of you guys know Bill Klein?
Nope.
No? That's Bill Klein. These are the kids. Bill's going to be the reader. When we get to this next week, we'll have it more formalized with official rules and that sort of stuff. And we'll polish it up a little bit so that it's ready for prime time. In the meanwhile, all we're going to do tonight, just go through a series of questions. Do you guys know how, have these guys actually done this before with this system, Virginia?
Three of them have.
Three of them have, okay.
Yeah.
Each one of you has a little...
Oh, they know how to use the buzzers.
They know the buzzers.
These are our buzzers, so they know.
The microphones, you need to work them kind of as close as you can without breaking your teeth and or slobbering on them. Just keep them close to your face, and you should be good. I'm trying to think. Don't mess with the microphones. There are on-off switches. If you play with them, you might accidentally turn yourself off, and that's never a good thing. What else do we need to know? Anything?
When we read the question, if you know the answer or you want to guess at the answer, which is perfectly okay, buzz in. We can't recognize you until you buzz. If you don't buzz in, if you shout out the answer, it doesn't count. So then you're basically giving the other team, if it's the right answer, you're giving them the points because they're going to answer it. Somebody's going to buzz in and answer it. So make sure you buzz in before you say anything. That's really the key. And then we will recognize you before you answer. So right now, I don't know your names. So right now, you're 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when I see the light, and this will be A, and this will be 1. Okay? So the A team and the first team. All right?
The
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Captain Corey, your captain for 60 seconds.
When an individual buzzes in, that person has to answer.
That person
It's
answers,
not a
right.
team
Right.
situation.
Only
And if that person gets it wrong, then what? Does the other team have?
then the other team has 10 seconds to answer the question.
10 seconds.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
that's usually how it is.
Now, when we get to the speed round, then it's a team competition. So you get the speed round, the other team isn't playing at that point in time. Whoever your team captain or designee is the only one that can answer, but you all have access. So that you can, number 1 can look down to number 3 and say, I know the answer to this one, it's Charlie. And then he's Charlie, and it's boom, then we go on to the next question.
That's where we pick our category?
Yeah, that's where you
Yeah.
pick your categories. Right.
So it's like the bonus analogy where everybody confers.
Okay.
Right. But that's the only time, only in the speed round, is when you actually you can confer with each other. Other than that, you're on your own.
And we basically,
I'm used to that.
they have basically what, 10 seconds to answer each
10
question?
seconds to answer each question,
After the question is completed, 10 seconds to buzz in or 10 seconds?
10 seconds to buzz.
10 seconds to buzz.
Right.
Okay.
And then we recognize you, and then you can speak.
If nobody buzzes in 10 seconds, we just go on to the next one?
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
And are we doing
we
the
will
buzzer?
announce that, no answer. And it's up to you guys. We can tell you the right answer.
Yeah.
And we used to do that. The answer was so-and-so.
I would think that would make
And that, that usually helps the audience
Yeah, people
more than
watching
anybody
or
who are
listening.
watching or listening, because then they know what the answer was. So, and because some of them play along with you, so they want to know what the answer is also. Now, on a math question, you'll get a few extra seconds also. Now,
You want to, real quick, just, do we have like, just even a scrap piece of paper just to write names on?
now, tonight also, you'll notice that there is no pad of paper in front of you. So normally, when we run this for real, you'll have a pad of paper. So especially for math questions and sometimes other types of questions.
Do it in their head.
Oh, I know.
Who does that?
That one.
Christoph, stay
Yeah.
over there. Stay over there.
But you will have a chance to have paper and pencil in front of you. And
And we'll have names.
what I used to do, and again, the reason why I like to get the questions in advance,
Fish.
if it's a multiple choice question,
Guys.
I will tell you at the beginning of the question that it's a multiple choice question. Because a lot of times, if you don't know it's a multiple choice, sometimes, some of the players will jump in halfway through the question, thinking they know it, and then realize it's not the right answer and it's a multiple choice, and you've kind of blown it for your team. So I will tell you it's a multiple choice question at the beginning of the question. I will tell you how many points the question is at the beginning of the question. So you'll know the point value and whether it's math or multiple choice.
Oh, as you're going through this, different questions have different point values?
Oh, yeah.
They don't?
See, this is a 5-point question,
Sound like-
10-point question,
okay,
10-point.
Yeah, it's not straightforward.
It's- okay, so
15 is
that-
usually
that
the
all
most.
together
I don't see a lot of 15-point. Oh, there's a 15-point. Oh, there's a 20-point question. That's
Second
right.
half is really good.
20-point questions are a little bit, obviously the point value goes up when the question gets a little harder.
We won't be keeping score here tonight. Again, thank you really for coming in and helping us out. Yes, I appreciate it.
So you ready to try it?
All
You
right,
guys ready to
let's
try
go.
it?
You guys ready?
All right.
Buzzers at the ready.
Okay.
And this is Academic Challenge. I'll be the timer. So.
For 5 points, glucagon counteracts what hormone that takes glucose out of the blood and is made by the pancreas? Number 4 on the A team.
You guys are A team.
That was you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought, who buzzed? You
I
buzzed.
did.
Yeah. Oh, these are backwards, and I'm sorry. I thought you were number 1, according to my.
What?
So you're number 1. Okay. Number 1.
Insulin.
It's a correct answer. So you just earned 5 points. And see, that's where the scorekeeper comes in.
Gotcha.
For 10 points, this is a math question. Find the absolute maximum of f of x equals x squared minus 1 on the interval minus 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2. And I have no idea.
Yeah.
Number 1.
3.
That is a correct answer.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I'll clap.
Whoa.
Kind of.
Beautiful.
You're my kind of guy. I'm a lawyer. I'm not a mathematician. For 10 points, Russia's media reported in 2003 that a law firm was preparing to sue the makers of the film Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for deliberately making which of the Potter characters, a house elf, look like Vladimir Putin?
Dobby.
Number.
Sorry.
Do we have these backwards?
Yeah, this
I
is.
see number 3.
No,
Yeah,
she's
this
number
one's
2.
okay. This
Yeah.
one's the other way. So
Oh,
that
so
one's
she-
number 1 down there. So that's okay.
Hang on, we'll fix it.
We'll fix that? Okay.
I like to be.
So that does get confusing. So number 2 on the first team.
Dobby.
That is a correct answer. A 5-point question. The most dramatic scene in Uncle Tom's Cabin tells of the escape of Eliza Harris and her baby across the ice floes of which river? Number 1 of the A team. First team.
The Ohio River.
That's a correct answer. Boy, I'm going to get used to that.
We'll figure
For-
this out for next week.
For 10 points. Yeah, well, it just takes me a couple minutes. Yeah, I'm a slow learner, not a total. 10 points. Lisa and Greg are Whoa, this is why I like him in advance. Heterozygous Zegis.
Heterozygous.
Heterozygous. Whew. For a gene, for a hair color, the normal AL gives blonde hair. The mutant gives allele gives red hair. What is the probability that their child will have red hair if the gene for red hair is dominant? 15%. That's almost a math question. Number 2 on the A team.
25%.
Incorrect. So now that means you have 10 seconds to answer the question. Number 3.
50%.
3/4 or 75% is the correct answer.
I had it backwards.
I should have.
Okay, for 10 points, an E minor chord consists of E, B, and what other note?
That's time.
Time? The answer is G. For 5 points, between 1973 and 1976, she argued 6 cases on women's rights before the U.S. Supreme Court, winning 5 of them. Since 1993, she's been on the other side of the bench. Who is the senior female jurist on the U.S. Supreme Court? Number 2 in the first team.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
That is incorrect. The balance of the question is, who is the senior jurist on the U.S. Supreme Court appointed there 2 years after Sandra Day O'Connor? You have 10 seconds. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
We already need some music filled.
Yeah, I'd say that's a long time on the radio. For 10 points, almost 1 million Russians were sent every year during World War II to what corrective labor colonies? Number 3.
Siberia.
Good guess, incorrect.
We're here for 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Time.
You guys are going to hate yourself. Gulags. For 5 points, the National Historic Park that preserves this president's home has seen more than 100% increase in visitors since the publication in 2001 of the best-selling biography of him by David McCullough. Name this Federalist. Number 2.
Thomas Jefferson.
Incorrect. First team? Or A team? I can't remember which one.
Use
So I got to write them down.
Time.
Time. John Adams. Actually, David McCullough. I just finished reading that about 6 months ago. It's a great book. For 10 points. Ooh, here's a math question. Solve for x. X equals log base 2 of 512. Number 1.
X is equal to 8.
Incorrect.
Do they have 15 seconds?
They have 15 seconds. Actually, because they've already had 15, we
Okay,
usually
so
get this
10
kind of
seconds.
time.
15 seconds is original
Yeah.
math questions.
We
That's
got one.
time.
He's got it too. He's got it.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
Say X equals 7.
Boy, 9. Close.
One of the two.
For 10 points, this musical features 22 songs in all. Some of them are I Have a Dream, Chiquita. Number 2.
Mamma Mia.
That is a correct answer. Somebody who knows their musical theater. All right. For 5 points, in 1935, he and his wife departed the United States to avoid the barrage of publicity caused by the kidnapping and murder of their son. Name him. That is Charles Lindbergh. 10 points. The expression is derived from the Chinese terms for wind and water. Its advocates, called geomancers, seek a direct flow of chi. Name this interior design practice best. Number 4.
What is feng shui?
That is a correct answer. For 10 points, Charles X abdicated in 1830, after which the Bourbon dynasty was replaced by the House of Orleans, named its only ruling member. Louis Philippe, I guess it is. For 10 points, I like this question. What kind of lawyer's fees often have the form of 1/3 of the gross recovery and nothing if there is no recovery? Number 3.
Gratuities.
Incorrect.
The steel.
For the steal.
Time.
A contingency. For 10 points, a straight slice through a triangle goes through the midpoints of two sides. Figure out what fraction of the triangle is represented by the smaller part. Number 2. Oh, over here, sorry.
1/4.
That is a correct answer. For 15 points, here we go. Which Yiddish word designates a human being or an especially mature, sensible, responsible, noble person? Number 3.
Sage.
Incorrect. Good answer.
Clear.
Clear.
Oh, sorry.
Time.
A mensch. Okay. For 20 points. It was dedicated to his mother, Robert Schumann, and all humanity. A slow march theme marks the second movement. For all flesh is as grass. It contains inspiring passages from the Bible, selected by the composer, but avoids much of the focus on the dead present in the Catholic liturgy, focusing instead on the living. Name this choral work in 7 movements by Johann Brahms. Question takes a half hour. A German Requiem. God, everybody knew that one. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you later. 20-point question again. This rank in the United States military was strictly an infantry officer in the Civil War, but it was actually the highest rank in the Army for a long time in the early 19th century. What is this rank in the Army, Marines, and Air Force? Equivalent to a naval rear admiral, lower half, whose rank comes from a military group typically composed of 3 to 6 battalions. Number 2.
Lieutenant?
Incorrect. Number 2.
Colonel.
Incorrect. George Armstrong Custer was one of these.
What is it?
Oh.
I know it.
Just for fun now.
I know what this is.
Oh.
It's a map of the museum, too.
Yes.
General? No.
Yeah, it is. It's a
it
general.
Brigadier
Custer.
General. Brigadier
Oh,
General.
okay. Brigadier.
I had a mental argument over general or
How are we
major.
doing for sound on
I was just getting ready to make sure that the microphones are directly in front of your face. Some of you are talking off the microphones over here and you're talking away from it. We can't hear you.
Yeah, make sure.
So you have to remember I'm recording this and then it's also streaming, so they have to be able to hear it in the stream.
Yeah. So give it a little bit of oomph and make sure that those mics are close to your face.
Am I coming out okay?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Like,
Yeah.
the best one
Okay.
is the red jacket. Every time she speaks, I can hear her perfectly. So kind of position the microphone.
It's
very-
Shayla.
Loud.
Shut up, Pat. Can you hear me? You
Oh.
are a mistake.
You're getting dissed over here, so you got to pay him back.
Am I coming
She's my sister. So.
Okay. Well, aren't we all?
I tried to kill him.
Okay.
In case I
Well, I'll tell you.
get one.
For 15 points, his 1649 pamphlet, The Tenure of Kings and Magistrates, defended the overthrow of Charles I and led to his appointment as Latin Secretary of State in Cromwell's government. Who was this Puritan pamphleteer and poet who was completely blind by the time of the Restoration?
Time.
John Milton.
10 minutes on the round yet?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't keep track of that.
I think it is.
Yeah, we probably have. You guys did well.
That's the end of the first
That's
round?
yeah. That would be the end of the first round,
Okay.
and then what we would do is we would have the scores announced of whichever team is ahead, and then who's ever behind would have the first selection of the speed round, which are right here. And then you would be given. Probably we'll just announce to you what the 3 topics are, and you write those down on your notepads when you have them. The ones we have tonight are Finish the Play Title, The Last Battle, and San Francisco.
Who do we think is behind?
I have no idea. She responded, so, okay.
You're honest.
What,
Finish the play title.
Finish the Play Title, The Last Battle of San Francisco. Which category would you like?
I may know some of the play titles. Depends on like how old they are.
And on this bill, they can collaborate? Is that
They can
correct?
collaborate. They have to designate one person as their spokesperson.
Yes,
And then that's the only person that can
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
officially.
Should be the captain.
Could be the captain, or they can designate. Usually it's the captain. That's why you have captains.
Necklace.
You pick.
Okay.
Not a scarf.
What do you
Cause
do?
I know one that I would go if it was just me,
Right.
but I don't want.
All right, you guys pick
Okay,
a
Joe.
topic?
Do you want to pick a topic?
Pick one. No.
Pick a topic.
No.
Pick one you're confident on. You're the captain.
Finish the play title? Okay, now in this one, I'm going to read the question, and you are the only one that can answer, but they can talk to you, so they don't have to worry about their microphones, only you do.
And you don't have to buzz it.
Am I
don't
allowed
have to
to
buzz.
defer if I?
And if you don't want it, if you want to just pass, you can pass until
Well,
the end.
Am I allowed to defer to one of them if I can't pronounce?
You can defer it to, they can tell you, but you have to be the one who
Correct, yeah, you.
answers.
No,
You know, they can't answer it for you. You can ask them and they can tell you.
different language. I'm screwed.
And then at the end, if you get through the 10 questions and we still have time left, I'll go back to the any that you've passed. If you get all 10 correct, you get another 20 points, besides the 100 that you win on the speed round.
Now, when these guys are done, do they get a speed round?
And when they're done, any questions that they pass or they miss comes over here.
Okay. But
Any
is it-
questions they get right,
But that's after the fact.
that's
Go full
yeah.
60
They go full
seconds.
60 seconds,
Okay.
and then we switch back over to here. Then they get a chance. All right, that's why we need pants. Okay,
I'm ready.
finish the play title. Ready to cut?
Yep.
Tom Stoddard, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Pass.
William Inge, The Dark at the Top of the.
Hill.
Incorrect. Oscar Wilde, Lady Windermere's.
That's a pass.
Pass. John Guare, 6 Degrees of.
Murder.
Incorrect. George Bernard Shaw, Mrs. Warren's.
Pass.
A Chili's. 7 against.
I would say one.
Incorrect. You
Next
j-
time.
okay. So now they.
Pass or try and miss.
Never going to choose
Like
play.
that.
Giving them an opportunity
yeah.
to
So now,
For strategy purposes, you got to remember if you pass, the other team potentially is going to have a chance to answer the question.
if you try to answer and get it wrong,
Get it? They're still going to get a chance, but
But if you don't know, you might.
if you don't know,
Might as well
might as well go to the
Might
next
as well
one.
get another
Because you
chance
might
at
give
it.
them, you might give the wrong answer, which will say, "Oh, I was going to say that," and I'll say something else.
Yeah.
So you never know. Strategy. There's a lot of strategy in this. Okay, so then you guys would get a chance, and they didn't get any correct. So you would get. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tom Stoddard, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern
Shoemaker.
are dead. William Inge, the dark at the top of the
Tower.
stairs. I did that show too. Oscar Wilde, Lady Windermere's
Last party.
Last party.
fan. John Guare, 6 Degrees of.
Separation.
That's the correct answer. George Bernard Shaw, Mrs. Warren's
Address.
profession. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this. Achilles.
Achilles.
7 against
7.
Thebes. That's the original Magnificent Seven.
Oh.
Yeah, the other ones were Eugene Ionesco, the bald, yeah,
You
soprano.
got that right.
John Patrick, the Tea House of the August Moon. Eugene O'Neill, Wilderness. And Clifford Odets, Waiting for Lefty.
So at this point now, we give totals again.
At this point, we give totals, and then
We take a break.
you can take a 10-minute break. This is when.
No, the other team has to.
Oh, the other team has to do theirs,
Yeah.
right? Then they get a
Each
chance.
gets a 60
Each get a 60 seconds.
All right, all right.
So then, you guys have the 2 remaining categories: San Francisco and the last battle.
We're gonna take last battles.
Oh, good! I love this one. And then you will have the same chance. Any that they pass or get wrong, come back to you. Okay, I'll name the battles, and you name the war. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Yorktown,
Revolutionary.
New Orleans,
1812.
1812.
Meuse Argonne,
No, pass.
French Revolution.
incorrect. Chapultepec,
Mexican American.
correct. Pork Chop Hill,
Civil.
incorrect. Manila,
Vietnam.
incorrect. The Battle of Castilla in Aquitaine,
No idea.
Pass.
Pass.
Okinawa,
World War II.
Sevastopol,
No idea.
Pass.
Pass.
Bosworth.
Pass.
Okay, you passed on. I think you passed on Meuse Argonne.
Yes.
We go.
You still have 60 seconds. You still have time.
Oh, 100 years.
Incorrect. You passed on.
That's tough.
Okay. See that I did. Should have used your thing. All right. So they were right on the American Revolution. I ran it. Okay. It goes over to you. Meuse Argonne.
Yeah, I know.
Peloponnesian?
World War One.
Oh.
Manila.
New one? Okay.
You can't pass now because you know there's nothing to pass to.
Oh, well.
Just
What is it?
guess.
Oh. World War.
Really?
French and Indian?
French and Indian.
Remember the Maine Spanish-American War. The Battle of Castilla. Oh no, you had that one right. The 100 Years' War. Okinawa, you had right. Sevastopol.
Russian Revolution?
Close. The Crimean War. Bosworth. My gallant band of brothers.
No idea.
That's
The War of the Roses.
right.
So that's how it works.
Then they would have a chance to.
And then, well, now they've had their chance to go ahead. Now,
All right, so now
first
let's-
round is over. Now you have whatever if the coach wants to bring in new players, they can switch
And this is
around.
where they talk about themselves.
And then you would have a chance, each team, each school would have a chance to do a
After
little,
we come back from the break, once
Yeah.
we swap players if they want, come back from the break, talk about your schools for
Yeah.
a minute or so, and
again, usually that's the captain does it, but if the captain wishes to designate another person, they can do that.
and then we roll into.
And then we roll into the second half, and that's just the question and answers
It's
for
fun watching him
another
in speech class.
10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we add up the scores.
So next week is it against different
And that's it.
You wanna
It's
go
against an
around,
actual
just,
You guys wanna continue on?
you guys wanna
Yeah.
do another 10-minute segment?
Let's just do a couple more questions,
Okay.
and, cause I've got one I've gotta get back to Pep Band.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, and
that's
then
fine.
and you and I
Let's
need to
just do,
talk about
I don't know,
it.
4
Okay.
questions.
Oh, let's do 4 questions, because the second one, they're both math questions.
Skip those.
Yeah, skip those.
Skip those.
Sean, weren't you supposed to bring Joe?
Oh.
He left Joe.
Joel's not coming tonight, he said he can come.
You foolish.
Oh, here we go.
We don't need to cook an Asian.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, there are 2 Asians.
That's true, we have.
Sean, we have Christoph. That's close enough.
And
to
an
you.
Adam.
Okay, let's move on.
We have the mental math person here.
There are 2 Asians and an Adam.
All right, for 20 points.
What is Adam?
This element has more allotropes than any other element with 30. Most of this element is made in stars, in which silicon is fused with helium. Commonly existing naturally as an 8-member ring, name this element found in thiols. Number 2.
Hydrogen.
Incorrect. Over here.
Oxygen.
one.
Oh, sorry, oxygen.
Oxygen, sulfur. For 20 points. The numbers were against Bonaparte in terms of both troops and cannon. Moreover, the enemy armies were approaching from different directions, forcing him to spread his forces. An army of Prussians, Russians, and Austrians defeated Napoleon. Number 1.
The Battle of Waterloo.
Incorrect. At which 1813 battle in Germany?
Clear.
It's your question, A-Team.
What?
I'd be amazed if
That's
it gets. It's the Battle of Leipzig.
When he came back.
Waterloo was in Belgium.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
Hey, we got a sub. All right.
Oh, wait.
you got 2 questions, you get them both.
Probably.
Okay, here's your first question. For 20 points, what is the period of the function t equals cos 4s?
Cosine? Is it COS?
Cosine, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Cosine 4s. Number 1.
2 pi.
Got it.
Welcome.
Welcome. Good. All right. For 15 points, the coat of arms of this nation is found on its flag in the center of a red, white, and blue striped field and contains a red and white checkerboard with 5 smaller shields representing the 5 historical regions of this Eastern European nation. It's called Hrvatska in its native tongue. What do we call this former Yugoslav republic that includes almost all of the Dalmatian coast, but whose capital is inland on the Sava River? Number 1.
Lithuania.
Incorrect. Number 3.
Slovakia.
Croatia. Close.
The Croatian whites.
20 points. One barrel is full of oil, and an identical barrel is half full. The full barrel weighs 86 kilograms, and the half full barrel weighs 53 kilograms. What is the weight of an empty barrel?
That's math, right?
That's a math question. You can give them a little extra time. Number 1.
6 kilograms.
No, incorrect. Number 2.
10 kilograms.
20. Okay, for 20 points. Ooh, this is a tough page. One of the first given in 1929, One was first given in 1929 and has been declined 3 times, in 1936, 1970, and 1972. The other was first awarded in 1901 and has been declined twice, in 1964 and 1973. Author George Bernard Shaw and former U.S. Vice President Al Gore are the only 2 people to have won both of what 2 desperate but highly prestigious awards? Number 1.
A Nobel and a Pulitzer.
Incorrect. 2.
Is it a Nobel Peace Prize and the Pulitzer?
It's a Nobel Peace Prize and an Academy Award.
So close.
So close. But those were excellent guesses.
All right.
No.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. You
I believe
guys need,
you are.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're fine. This has been very helpful. Thank you again for coming and helping us.
Great job.
Now you have
Figure
2.
out what we're doing
now
here.
You have 2, not just me.
And then we'll see you back here next week, I guess, and it's for real. For reals.
Okay, so you take, what about, your mom's downstairs?